seagull is. There's a fish down there.
Alright, here we are at the, what I'll call the start of the Porto market. This is where the Uber driver dropped us off. We kind of walked left. That's where we went. We kind of walked that street 2 days in a row, I guess. Yeah, we did go, the night before, we did cross this bridge and kind of walk up that hill and find some club one of the kids wanted to go to. It was a good time. Just leave it at that. Here we go. Walking the market. Lots of cool stuff going on here. We're about to walk up on some street vendors. Obviously some restaurant here on the water. One thing restaurants do in Portugal, a lot of them are open for lunch, close, and then open for dinner. So if you're there like mid-afternoon, you might be out of luck. Yeah, we're discussing, we discovered those animals, the crocodile and turtle, are made out of tires. Interesting enough. And yeah, here you see in some of the street vendors, it got a lot busier than this, at least in terms of the number of vendors. I don't know what time of day we were here. Couldn't be too early, but I felt like as the days wore on, there was not a lot of sidewalk real estate left. Yeah, I'll summarize what my brother's talking about in the background. So, like I said, we walked down here the evening before. They were actually finishing up a episode of The Amazing Race right here, and they were freaking out about people taking pictures and videos. So I actually have no pictures of it. Nick did snap a picture before he got run off. He included it in his video of all of this, so I will direct you there. But those boats you saw in the last segment don't actually have sails and oars, and those are fake bottles of wine. But okay, this is George Sandeman, I think. George, I think is right. Sandeman's probably not how you pronounce that. But he was a huge historical figure in the Porto wine of this city. Yes, there's a type of wine called Porto. I don't know if the wine came first and then the city or vice versa, but they are named after each other, or named the same at least. And this is just some, historical artifacts from his business and how he got started and the whole thing. I'm not going to read any of this to you, obviously. Feel free to pause and read at your leisure. Hopefully the resolution is good enough where you can do that. Lots of cool things, though. You saw some cannonballs from a French invasion in the last segment. These are brands for his barrels. There's some kind of ledger, apparently. Just a bunch of very cool historical things. There you go. Bottle price list for 1914. Much cheaper than now, I presume. That's a sardine shop. We're going to get there in a minute. One thing I learned on this trip, Portuguese really love their sardines. Yeah, this, I didn't point my camera at them, but they're making pineapple drinks where they take a whole pineapple and hollow it out and mix up something fruity and delicious in there and charge you quite a bit of money for it. But the refills are cheap. We sadly did not try one of those. I kind of wanted... Well, actually, I think Nellie did. I think she got one. I never did. These little cable cars buzzing over. I was wondering what those were. Alright, I wanted you to hear some organ playing. This was a shop that apparently specialized in making codfish cakes, where they take codfish and kind of form it into a American football looking shape and deep fry it. It's a popular appetizer, at least, from what I understand. Yes, all those books are real. I don't know, this place was amazing. Maybe a former library. I don't know how they keep the doors open just by making codfish cakes, but that seems to be their specialty anyway. Very cool place. It's bad luck to walk under a ladder? I don't know. Here's the sardine shop. So this was, I guess, down the street. Yeah, they print up all these sardine cans and they put years on them. And at first I was like, okay, this is the year these were canned in. But then you start getting back to, 2007 and 1929, and it's like, yeah, all these cases. All these cans look the same. I'm sure they weren't printing these up with nutrition facts in 1915. So yeah, I think it's just more of a novelty thing. Like you buy a can of sardines from the year you were born or a memorable year for you, and they got kind of fun facts on the front if you can read that. Yeah, what's that say? iPhone is launched in 2007. There you go. And they also got celebrities that were born during that year.
Yeah, why is it?
eBay is created in 1995.
There you go. eBay created in 1995.
Not kidding, like, yeah.
We're getting way back in here.
Yeah, so there's no way you can convince me these sardines were packaged in this can in 1941, and it looks exactly the same. So I don't know how often they make these. It looks like they have a lot more product than they sell. I don't know. It's just literally floor to ceiling of sardine cans. Oh, and there's 2 stories. So I don't know. It's I did not buy any. Maybe I should have. I could have got some official sardines from Portugal. Sadly, I did not do that. This playlist ending is going to sneak up on me. So where are we? Oh, we got a few to go. I felt like I was talking about something earlier, and I got cut off by the cable cars. Yeah, they were, from what I could tell, they started in one location. Yeah, what have we got, 1917. And that was World War I ended, right? Am I remembering correctly?
Ireland Easter Uprising begins.
Those cable cars, they started in one location and ended in one location. I think it was more of a touristy, get a look above Porto rather than a practical transportation method. It would have been cool. I would have gone for a ride in one. We did not. Just kind of ran out of time, and I don't think there was a whole lot of motivation there, so we skipped the cable cars, unfortunately, but next time. Always got to have things in mind for next time. Yeah, you can tell we spent a lot of time in the sardine shop here. This is it. This is the end of the line on the second story. You've got to register up there. Very interesting experience. Well, found the party boat cruising up the river in Porto. Maybe some of the kids made it on that boat at some point. I don't know. Went a little ham on the pigeons. Yeah, we got to talking about pigeons and whether they were smart and how they've adapted to city life, and they're just very different. That's something that strikes me. Like, are these all different species of pigeons, or are they all just the same species with all these different color variations? I don't know. But that's going to be it, I think, for walking around the market. Got the boat cruise coming up next. It's awesome.